We are not in the studio, guys, but today I went out with my new lens, the 16-35mm f2.8 G Master 2. What a long name, bro. And I want to test it with the Sony A7S3 to see if it will pull out some nice photos, street photos, and also if the A7S3 can handle some street photography also, and not only the videos that I create and the vlogging type of stuff. Whoop. I don't like the car, which is in front of the house, but maybe it is not that bad. I can see some arching that is made by the lens when it is that wide. I was somewhere a little bit under 20 millimeters. Oh, too wide. I will not talk a lot during the POV, so sit back, relax and enjoy. Let me see. Kinda nice. Okay. It is really clear that I am not used to shoot photos under 35 millimeters. But maybe I'll get used to it during this video. The shutter sound of the Sony A7S3 is really different than the one on the A7 IV, and I am used to take photos with the Sony A7 IV because that's the main photography camera, and that was my first Sony camera. But also one more thing is that if my photo shoot doesn't work out at all, if I feel like I don't get good enough photos, we have the backup in the backpack, and that is the A7 IV paired with the 85 millimeters f1.4 by Sigma. Let's go full wide. Nice. 16 millimeters photo. Interesting. this car here. Whoa. Looks amazing. And we are back in the studio, finally feeling much better after that long cold with a conclusion. First things first, the Sony A7S3 turned out to be a lot better than I was expecting for street photography, for my kind of street photography, of course. The main difference between my usual setup, which is the Sony A7 IV paired with either the 35mm f1.8 or the 85mm f1.4 and the A7S3, was that I was taking a lot more time to compose my shots, and I was more careful because I knew that in post, I mean when I will edit the photos, I will not have that much space for cropping or adjusting. Another thing that I did not mention is the ND filter, which was present all the time on my camera, and this is because it cannot stack over my protector filter, and I use this camera mainly for video, for what I do as a YouTuber, and I want to protect it. Photography is a hobby for me. I do not earn any money from it, and of course I do not want to damage my lens because I paid my hard-earned money for it. So I use a filter in every situation. The filter lives on my camera since I use it mostly for video, and this is why I've had one stop less light than usual, but the A7S3 handles low light pretty good, so it wasn't a problem for me, and I do not mind having a filter on top of the camera because I use quality filters. The protector one that I use is from Sigma, which is a very good quality filter, and the ND variable ND filter right here is the Nisi 1 to 5 stops variable ND, which does not shift the colors a lot and does not how do you call it, degrade the image quality. So yeah, better protect it than cry later, because this lens is very expensive, and nah, it doesn't matter how expensive it is, because I use filters on all my equipment because I like to take good care of it. And talking about the lens, I found it to be a bit difficult to use for street photography because I'm not used to this focal length, but the photos turned out pretty good. I think we have some, maybe not all of them are perfect photos, but some of them are really nice and keepers. The lens is sharp even at f2.8, and it does not distort the image like fisheye lens will do. But one thing that I am pretty sure about is that I will use this lens at the 35mm end for street photography mainly, because the wide stuff, I will not say that it isn't for me, but I don't think that I am in the best environment for it. But the 35mm is a perfect focal length in my opinion for street photography stuff or daily photography stuff. And talking about the environment, the place where you are when you are taking the photos is very important, and let me explain. Where I live, the street photography sometimes may not be as I'm expecting it to be, because there's a lot of parked cars, a lot of light poles, wires, and so on. And these things might not make the photo look that great. I mean, compared to Tokyo and what I see on YouTube, for example, I am sure that in Tokyo, let's say, I would take a lot more photos, good photos, in the same period of time, like in this 1 hour walk that I've done to record this POV, than here where I am, because maybe not every place is that photogenic, or maybe, nah, there are some things that will destroy a good photo, like a pole in the middle of it. But yeah, in conclusion, now I know that I can take with me only the A7S3 paired with this lens, and I can cover all the video stuff that I want to do, and also some street photography, and I will not be sad that I didn't took the A7 IV with me, because for Instagram and keeping memories on hard drives, this does the job, and it does it better than I was expecting. If this cannot do the job, I also have my smartphone with me, and you know, the smartphones these days take great photos, not the same level of greatness as a professional camera, but I think I'm covered and I can save some weight and space in my backpack. So if you watched till this point, you might wanna consider subscribing, and I will see you soon in the next one. Until then, Flash out.